Okay, so yes, the title is correct. No, this is not clickbait. Not so long ago, I did a video called the Mr. Fancy BookTube poll, where I asked you guys a couple of questions. One of them was, do you guys love book hauls? And you came back to me with an overwhelming response of yes. So today, I am doing a winter book haul because I have hauled, you guys, this is kind of sad, 28 books over the course of one season. I know that some of you like to have explanations with your books. I honestly don't know how much time I'm going to have to give you explanations, like premises or whatever. So I think mostly I'm just going to have to kind of show the books to you guys and tell you if I've read it, if I have, give you a star rating if I haven't, let you know it's on a future TBR, but I will try and do these monthly from now on, which will give me more time to give you guys premises in the future. I'm going to break it down to the months of winter that we celebrate here in Australia, which is June, July, and August. So we're going to start off with the books that I hauled in June. Josh and Hazel's Guide to Not Dating by Christina Lauren. I purchased this book, I purchased this book because I wanted to give Christina Lauren a go. It was the third book of theirs that I purchased, and I purchased this book before I'd read any of the other two that I'd already purchased, before I started to realize maybe they're not the author for me. It was also to help me with a goal that I have, which is to read 6 straight romances by the end of the year, and this is an adult romance book. Lucky in Love by Casey West. This is a YA romance book, and I gave this book 4 stars. I read this, I believe, don't ask when I read it. I read it in winter. Don't have time to give premises. I have so many books to get through. The next book from June that I hauled was this book, I've Got Your Number by Sophie Kinsella. One interesting little factoid about this, aside from the fact that it's also an adult romance, straight romance book that's going to help me reach that goal, is that this is the cheaper edition. I end up purchasing this one because the other one that everyone knows that I really want, because I think it's really beautiful, is really expensive. So I thought I'll just start with this, and if I love it, I'll upgrade. I did love this book. I think I gave it 5 stars, so I will be upgrading in the future, but for now, this is the edition that I have. Date Me, Bryson Keller by Kevin Van Wy. This is a YA LGBTIQ plus book that I believe I gave 5 stars. I really enjoyed this. I actually had this on my LGBTIQ plus book recommendations as an entry point. It was fantastic. White Sand Volume Number 2. This has helped me with my goal to fully complete all of the books in the Brandon Sanderson Cosmere timeline. I'm not that far away from doing so. I read this book in June, and I believe I gave it 5 stars. Red, White and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. This is, I'm gonna say YA, but it could be adult. Honestly don't remember. But this is an LGBTIQ plus book. I loved this one as well. I gave it a high rating. That's all I can say for right now. Love, Simon, YA LGBTIQ+. I believe I gave this 3 stars. It deals with a trope that, for me personally, I'm just getting over reading, which is the coming out trope. I feel like every YA LGBTIQ+ book I pick up deals with that trope, to the point that it's becoming a cliche for me with the books that I'm picking up. So I was disappointed, and I took my rating out on that, unfortunately. With the Fire on High by Elizabeth Acevedo. This is a book that I buddy read for my mum and me buddy read. I read this with my mum. My mum loves culinary fictions. We both love this book. We both gave it 4 stars. Boyfriend Material by Alexis Hall has a bookmark in it because it's the book I'm currently reading. If I were to give it a rating based on where I'm at so far, an overwhelming 5 stars. I have not stopped laughing yet. It is so funny and yet so good. The House at Pooh Corner by A.A. Milne. This book came up in my recommending classics recommendations video. This is book number 2 in the Winnie the Pooh series. I love book number 1. I gave this book 5 stars. Goosebumps Get Out of the Basement is the whole reason why we had the video palooza thing going on last week. 7 videos in 8 days. It was not planned. And all for 4 stars. Yeah. And those are the books that I hauled in June. On to the books that I hauled in July, starting with City of Fallen Angels by Cassandra Clare. This is book number 4 in the Shadowhunters series. I have have created a goal for myself very late in the year to complete the Shadowhunters series. There are 6 books in the series, so in July I picked up book 4. It is on my TBR for this month, for, what are we in? September. One of Us is Next by Karen M. McManus. This book is a YA fantasy. This book is a YA thriller mystery. I am not only reading this book this month in September, but it's actually one of my buddy reads that I'm doing over on my Discord, so feel free to come and join me for that. I'm really excited. It's book 2 in the One of Us is Lying series, so I'm really excited to get to this one. The Heroes of Olympus, book number 2, The Son of Neptune. In March of 2020, I read book number 1, The Heroes of Olympus, The Lost Hero, gave it 5 stars. Always planned on reading book 2, didn't get to it until finally last month, but need to haul it first before I could read it. I gave this book 4 stars. This is a middle grade fantasy. I'm doing well. Okay, the final White Sands book, White Sands Volume 3. This is an adult fantasy book. I read this last month. It was my 3rd last book I read for the month. I gave this book 4 stars. It was helping me to fulfill the goal to read all the books in the Sanderson timeline. Are you guys loving this? I hope so. Acadian Waiting by Becky Albertalli. Not really a massive fan of Becky Albertalli, but did read Love, Simon. Gave it 3 stars. This book was on my December video entitled Most Anticipated New Releases for 2021. This was the last book from that whole list that I needed to collect, so I finally got it. In July. I will be reading it later on in the year. His First Family by Victoria Sue. The lighting is going crazy, so I'll hold it this way. His First Family by Victoria Sue is an adult LGBTIQ+ book. I have the goal to read 12 LGBTIQ+ books by the end of the year. I have already read this one. I cannot remember what I rated it because I listened to this as an audio book. I didn't know the physical book was available because book 1 in this series, which is called His First Christmas, is not available as a physical book, but Victoria Sue made book 2 available in the series. So by the time I found out it was available, I of course wanted to get a physical copy, but I'd already read it quite a while before that, but I did read it this year, acquired it in July. Bittersweet by Sarah Ockler. This is the buddy read that I'm doing for Mum and Me this month. Or well, I'm going to be reading it at the end of this month / the beginning of October. So it'll be the tie-over for me. Culinary fiction, because again, my mum loves culinary fiction books, so that's what we're going to read. And Treasure Island by Robert Louis Stevenson was the last book that I hauled in July. This is, I give all my classic books the age rating of an adult, so this is an adult classic in my mind. And I read this book last month and I gave it 3 stars. I promise this is going to be a lot more organized, succinct, and beautiful when I do my book haul for whatever month we're in, September. I've had to think of that like 3 times in this video, but anyway, it's early September, so I can get away with it. The books that I hauled last month, therefore, in the month of August were... oh my gosh, books are falling over here. Conventionally Yours by Annabeth Albert. This is, I believe, YA, but it's either YA or adult. LGBTIQ+, so it's helping me to fulfill that goal. I have not read this book yet. I also collected 3 Goosebumps books that are going to help me to achieve a goal because I have a goal to read the first 5 Goosebumps books by the end of 2021, and if I love them, then I'm going to continue on with the series. So we have book 3, Monster Blood, book 4, Say Cheese and Die, and book 5, Curse of the Mummy's Tomb. Haven't read any of these. Reading this book as most likely the last book that I read in September. Reading both of these, just giving you a heads up, in October to celebrate Halloween. We Are Totally Normal by Naomi Kanakia. I hope I'm saying that right. Naomi Kanakia. This is another LGBTIQ+ book that is going to help me with that goal to read 12 LGBTIQ+ books. Yes, I'm rushing because I'm conscious of the time. Pre-editing. We're close to time, so I gotta keep moving. You Can Keep a Secret by Karen M. McManus. This is by the same author who wrote One of Us is Lying and One of Us is Next. This is a standalone that she wrote. I loved One of Us is Lying so much that I decided to not only get book 2, but also to try out this standalone. The final 2 books in the Shadowhunters series, book number 5 is City of Lost Souls. And that has got to be Alec on the cover, my favourite character. Sorry, all of a dither over here. I love Alec. And book number 6 in the series, the final book in the Shadowhunters series anyway, which is City of Heavenly Fire. I almost told you that this is called Cassandra Clare because of the Clare. It's like book number 6 in the Shadowhunters series is called Cassandra Clare by Shadowhunters. That's how quickly I'm going. So book 5, City of Lost Souls with the gorgeous Alec. And book 6 is City of Heavenly Fire. And is that Jace? I'm going to assume that's Jace. If it's not Jace, then it's the other guy who I can't say because that would be a massive spoiler. And the final book that I hauled in the month of August was The Witching Flower by Samantha Silva, book 1 in the Spellford Cove Mysteries series. Okay, this is my first ever cozy mystery. And I read this last month and I really enjoyed it. I gave it 4.5 stars. I did not like the reveal of the mystery, but everything else about the book I absolutely loved. So I could only dock half a star for the disappointing reveal, but 4.5 stars from me. And now for the craziest ever attempt of Up, Up, Up. These books are going to bury me. If I don't make it out alive, help me! Help me! Subscribers, help me! You can't even really see me. Oh my gosh, shoot. These are so gonna fall. Here we go, everyone! Wish me luck! Oh god, they're gonna fall. Up, 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 up! Up, 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 up! Up, up. Okay, we're going down. Because I tell you what, if these books fell, I would be upset that I dropped the books. Ah, come on! 2 of them fell. Seriously? And they were, for the record, One of Us Is Next, which is my buddy read for this month, and The Son of Neptune. How rude. I survived! The Up, Up, Up! Woo! I get a cookie! Okay, those are the books that I hauled for the season of winter. What books did you haul in the season of winter? Let me know the list that you hauled, or some of the ones you hauled, anyway, in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if it was too fast, I do apologise. I just want to make sure I could get them all out to you, but from now on, I will try, not promising, but I will try to do a book haul at the end of every month, just talking about the books that I hauled that month, so that we have more time for me to go a lot more slowly through this. I know that some of you especially love to just see books in videos. I wouldn't even need to talk, I could just show you books and you'd be happy. So for you guys, I know you loved this. This would have been a big treat for you. 28 books in less than 15 minutes. Hopefully, we'll see how we go. But that is where I am going to leave it for now. Letting you guys go with peace, blessings, and so much love. If you have not seen the Mr. Francie BookTube poll, please do go ahead and check that out. I'll leave the link to that in the description below so that you can cast your vote for future videos that I do, as the ones that have already voted for this one. But in the meantime, thank you so much for watching. I post videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I'll see you again soon. Mwah. Good night and happy reading!